It's beyond a joke. What is the point anymore? What is genuinely the point anymore? Celtic drop points again. It's got to be the night. Tonight has got to be the change. It's not even about Neil Lennon anymore. I think Peter Martin put it superbly. He put it brilliantly on Twitter directly after the game. You also see the likes of Chris Sutton stepping up and speaking out once again, because he's finally saw the light and finally sees sense. But Peter Martin summed it up perfectly for me. Good friend, man. Good friend. I like Peter. It's no longer about Neil Lennon as manager. It's about a board that has been guilty of complacency, a recruitment plan flawed and failed, and more than a few signings, 10 in a row, is now gone. The manager's to blame for on the field and the board off the pitch. It's going to happen tonight, man. If it doesn't happen tonight, what's the point? Where are we actually aiming to be? What's the direction of the club? The board have taken this club from being serial winners to the laughing stock of this country. Every week now. Every week we're the laughing stock. Dropping points at home to St Johnstone, following an exit in the League Cup to Ross County, which was also at home. Now, I know they've tried to put barriers up, but I'm sure a few fans will be willing to go down for a steel cage match tonight, because that is shocking. Absolutely scandalous. I don't know how the board are getting away with this. I don't know how. Neil Lennon should have been long gone. A lot of people even argue as far back as Ferencváros he should have been gone. And here we are. We sit here with him still in charge, with the club heading backwards every single week, and we are now 13 points behind Rangers in the table. I suppose that has got a few of the opposition aroused watching the video, but 13 points behind Rangers. And honestly, at this point, I don't see any way back for Celtic. I think it would be a height of delusion for me to come out and even say that Celtic can close this gap if we can turn the corner and this, that, and next thing. Look, the league could genuinely be gone now. And that's a reality of it, and that's because of sheer incomplacency, sheer complacency and incompetency by the board. The fact that we sit here every week having to deal with the same problems on the park and off the park is just getting to the point where it's not even a conversation I can have on the channel anymore, because it's laughable. And all the points are just the same thing week in, week out. Look, on the park today, that was atrocious. Atrocious. The video, I think if you've seen it, sorry about that. If you've seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. Half time, Edouard walking off the park, and I think it's with Frimpong. Both of them, they look clueless. They don't look like teammates either. To me, I didn't think they looked like teammates. They looked like someone, a pair of players that have been together for minutes. And Edouard simply shrugging his shoulders. What are we doing? What was the plan today in the first half? What was the tactic? What was the shape? What was this? Nothing was evident. If anything, it was trying to work out, the impossible code, man. It was just, I don't even know. And it's, the worst part about it all is I can well and truly believe it now. Is, for weeks and weeks I'd sit watching the game, I'd watch him play, and I'd see the result and I'd go, I can't believe it. But now I well and truly believe it. Because what was the setup for the first half? You have Rogic and Christie both out wide at some point for a large portion of the game, just sitting doing nothing. When both of them are narrow players, both of them are central midfielders, or they're number 10s even, sorry. They're central players and they're out in the wing, both of them at the same time. What is happening? A very interesting point I heard in the Super Scoreboard today. It was, and this goes to show about the recruitment process and basically just the guy who's in charge of the club here. Celtic, traditionally known as the team that have had the best wingers in Scotland. It's always been the biggest part of Celtic, how good our wingers are. Historically we've always had the best wingers. And the Celtic Park is in a way which suits wing play football. It's a very expansive park. The biggest in the country. It's made for wingers. Yeah, over the past year we have sold Johnny Hayes, we've sold Lewis Morgan, Mikey Johnson couldn't get a game when he was fit, we've loaned out Marian Shved, we now obviously have Forrest injured. Where are the wingers? Why did we get rid of so many and not recruit any at all? We didn't recruit one winger in the transfer window. And I say that week in, week out on the Celtic transfer talks, we need to sign a right winger, we need to sign maybe even a left winger too. Definitely, we sold Scott Sinclair as well, let's throw him into the business. We've got rid of all these wingers, and now look at the position it's left ourselves in. And these decisions all come from the board who are approving these transfers, saying it's fine for them to go, but also the manager who is willingly letting go of these players and not bringing in anyone to replace them. That is a joke, an absolute joke. And you can see the other day we badly missed James Forrest, man, badly missed. And I'm not saying if he was in the team all would be well. I'm not saying if he was in the team magically we'd then go on to challenge Rangers and be up there at that part of the table, on points or on par with them. Not saying that, but we sorely miss him. And it's a joke. You see boys like Turnbull and that. Scott Brown is 35 years old. 35 years old. And he has started the last 5 or 6 games. 35. And they're in the space of, what? You know, it's 2 games a week. It's madness. Madness. You got players like Turnbull and Sorrow and they can't get a game. And Grant, I can understand Turnbull. He's been out for 2 weeks. This is his first involvement with the squad. He hasn't been training, fair enough. He was never going to start today, but it's a joke. Boys like Sorrow, why are they even here? Why are they at the club? It seems like there is no plan. The board have backed the wrong manager, first of all, but they've also backed a recruitment process which is so flawed it's unbelievable. They've put money into players that on paper might look like decent signings, but they have turned out to be either duds or they don't fit in the system that Celtic are planning. So whatever that system may be, as I've seen, there seems to be no system, but it's just from head to toe, it's a mess at the minute, and this game itself just leaves us in a position now where I just have no faith that we can pull us back in the league this season. And you can say what you like, the optimists, you can say all you like, you know, if we win our 2 games in hand and we beat Rangers 3 times, then it's all well and truly good. No, the reality is, on the January the 2nd at Ibrox, they are going to mop the floor with us. They're going to destroy us. We cannot cope against Rangers at the best of times over the past, when Neil Lennon's been in charge, never mind the worst. How is that going to go? That's what I would love to know. I would love to know it. I've not really spoke a lot about the performance today. It's obviously more of the same issues that we talk about week in, week out with the board and the manager. But as for the performance, once again, it's, you know, you see players who are looking decent. You see players like Edouard, who he's definitely coming more onto a game. Griffiths, I really liked when he came on. I thought Griffiths added something that we've not had. Well, we've seen how we got our equaliser. He's putting pressure on the keeper. We've not seen that a lot, and I like that Griffiths added that to the game. I feel like he brought a little bit of a spark, but it's not good enough, man, because we're not creating. We cannot create against these teams, and you can talk about as much of the ball, all you like, how much of the ball that we have, but the reality is we cannot create anything against these teams, and it's not good enough. We hold the ball, we hold it, and that suits teams like St Johnstone right down to a T, because we're not creating anything dangerous and it's not going to do them any harm. Nothing. So today's performance was once again shambolic. I don't even think there was a lot of standout players. Edouard and Griffiths I thought were decent. Turnbull looked decent coming on. I think he offered a lot, and some would say maybe more than what Scott Brown's offered the past, you know, the whole season so far. Defensively, I don't feel there's any highlights. Beaton was absolutely rotten today. Another performance which kind of sums up that he's not fit to be a centre half. He's a central midfielder. But aye, poor goal to concede once more. We still can't defend set pieces, it seems, either. I think we got away very lightly with a couple of St Johnstone set pieces. And now we're in a position where the manager needs to change over the next few hours. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday. It has to happen tonight. Also, I darted right up the stair to make this video, and I have just learned that they didn't even show any post-match interviews on the pass, on the Celtic pass. Just came right up the stair, didn't even want to bother myself listening to the same old shite. But no interviews were held after the game. Interesting. I'll wait to see what's been said via the droplets of information we get through the other journalists, because it seems like we are incompetent in all fields of work now at Celtic Football Club, so it's nice, it's fun. If you've enjoyed, like and subscribe. Hard to enjoy at this moment in time, I know, and sorry about the camera angles and stuff, as you can see in the old place. So aye, see you next time.